I'd like to turn your attention to the screen for a video featuring various university stakeholders, including Miles Roberts, President of the Council of Graduate Students, Connor Lee, President of the Associated Students of Michigan State University, Deborah Bittner, MSU President of the Clerical Technical Union, Angela Wilson, MSU Faculty Senate Chair and John A. Hanna Distinguished Professor of Chemistry, Jerlando Jackson, Dean of the MSU College of Education and Presidential Search Committee member, and Tom Izzo, MSU Men's Basketball Head Coach and Presidential Search Committee member.
Hello, I'm Angela Wilson. I'm chair of the MSU Faculty Senate. On behalf of the faculty and academic staff at Michigan State University, I formally welcome our 22nd president, Dr. Kevin Guskowitz. President Guskowitz, thank you for coming to MSU. The faculty and academic staff at MSU are delighted to work with you as you inspire change and opportunities for Michigan State University. For our university, our community, including thousands of students, faculty, staff, and alumni well into the future, we are delighted that you are our game changer. We wish you many productive, positive, and exciting years at MSU.
Hello, my name is Connor Lay. I'm the student body president this year, and I'm very excited to welcome you to Michigan State University. The student body has greatly enjoyed seeing your presence on social media this summer, especially your Instagram. We hope that this presence on social media and your openness with the student body is here to stay. I personally cannot wait to work with you this year to further student-driven initiatives. Thank you for all you do, and go green.
My name is Jerlando Jackson, Dean for the College of Education at Michigan State University. The College of Education joins in welcoming and congratulating Kevin M. Guskowitz as President of Michigan State University. As a member of the Presidential Search Committee, early off I was impressed with Dr. Guskowitz's accomplishments and goals. Since officially becoming a Spartan, that promising trajectory has continued. He is an active listener and an engaged thought partner, which makes him a motivational and aspirational leader. Our future is bright with Kevin M. Guskowitz as our president.
Hello, my name is Miles Roberts, and I'm the president for the Council of Graduate Students, the student government for graduate and professional students at Michigan State University. I just want to congratulate Kevin Guskowitz on becoming the next president of Michigan State. The Council of Graduate Students looks forward to working with you over the coming year to promote the success of our graduate and professional students. Congratulations again, and go green.
Greetings. My name is Deb Bittner. I am president of the Clerical Technical Union of Michigan State University, as well as president of the Coalition of Labor Organizations here at MSU. On behalf of labor and support staff, I am honored to welcome you to Michigan State University. Wherever you are on campus, and where the university has a presence, you will encounter us. We are loyal employees working hard for our students and our employer here and around the globe. We also believe that Michigan State University has a responsibility to its community, and support staff and labor play a vital role in that. We look forward to working with you in that continued culture of collaboration to ensure that Michigan State remains the great institution that it is. Best wishes, and welcome to Michigan State University, President Guskowitz. Go Spartans.
President Guskowitz, it's been almost a year since our first meeting in Chicago. I can't tell you how privileged I felt to be part of such an incredibly important committee on picking our next president. When I first met you, right away I felt like he has the greatest communication skills. He was straightforward. You delivered your message well. And everything I've known since you've taken his job has been true to form. I appreciate the fact that culture is important to you. I appreciate the fact that communication and getting along with people. I love watching you jog through the campus and meet up with students. That is what I wanted in a president. So thank you so much for what you've done for us so far. The best is yet to come. And we all got to be on your team to help you achieve these incredible goals we have looking forward.
And now, I'd like to welcome our next speaker. Joe Tate is Michigan's first black Speaker of the House. serving his third term in office representing the 9th House District. Speaker Tate decided to run for office as part of his deep and lifelong commitment to public service. His life has been shaped by teamwork, commitment, and community. Before joining the legislature, Tate helped small businesses grow their capacity as a program manager for the Detroit Economic Growth Corps. As a teenager, Tate earned a scholarship to play football at Michigan State University. At MSU, he was a 3-year starter for the Spartans and was elected team captain during his senior year. In addition to his success on the field, Joe was a model student athlete, earning a degree in public policy and receiving academic all Big Ten honors for excellence in the classroom. After graduating from MSU, Joe moved on to the NFL, where he spent 2 years playing for 3 teams, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the St. Louis Rams, and the Atlanta Falcons. After the NFL, he went on to serve in the U.S. Marine Corps, deploying twice to Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. Please join me in welcoming Speaker of the House, Joe Tate.
Well, good afternoon. So to leaders, students, faculty, staff, trustees, ladies and gentlemen, I'm quite honored to be here today for the investiture ceremony of Dr. Kevin Guskowitz. As we all know, Michigan State University is a venerable institution rooted in the agricultural heritage, but rightfully known for so much more. From its exploration on rare isotopes to training our next teachers, MSU is undoubtedly a world-class research institution. But to many of you all, and to me, Michigan State is home. So public service is close to my heart. I am a son of a Detroit firefighter and public school teacher. My father passed away when I was very young, but the legacy of his service lived on as a proud family memory and story that I heard throughout my formative years. My mother was an example for all of us through her strong will and determination she displayed in raising us, my brothers and sisters, with a sense of pride and duty. Their combined impact on my life helped lead me to Michigan State and lead me to public service. And I am finding the same sentiment and commitment to service to one another in Dr. Guskowitz's vision for this institution. Dr. Guskowitz, you were recently quoted in saying, "I commit to working alongside all of you to identify a true north that will lead us to provide the very best education and workplace culture for our Spartan community in bold service to the public." Bold service to the public. These words resonate deeply with me as a Spartan and an elected official. I first found service in the form of athletics and the lessons I learned by being a part of a team, and was helped to build on those lessons here in East Lansing, and was proud to represent Michigan State in the classroom and on the football field. After college, football continued to define my life when I left Michigan for a career in the NFL, which I got hired and fired a lot, by the way. I was with 3 teams over 2 years, so I just want to put that out there. You know, playing professional football was a dream, but I still had a deep desire to be of service to my community and to my country. That desire led me into the Marine Corps, and I decided to honored to serve 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, primarily focused on helping local communities, standing up infrastructure, and building a solid foundation for residents in the area that I operated in. We know that not all efforts take root in the way we intend, but I look on my service and career in the military as a success. And following my time there, I came back to my hometown of Detroit and focused on putting my skills to use in economic development efforts for the city. While working to help spur growth and development in the city, it was rewarding. And I felt a pull to service after running for office and losing one time, and then finally being elected in 2018. My purpose in walking you through my journey is to illustrate the importance of identifying and following your true north. For me, my true north is service. For MSU, it will be providing a world-class education to students and creating those opportunities for success, and also more Big Ten and national championships as well, too. That's definitely on my personal to-do list. And it's going to be all of that and more. And I am certain President Kevin Guskowitz is the right man and the right president to lead MSU to following and finding its true north here. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker Tate. Next, we have 2 video messages. Please direct your attention to the screens for videos from the Honorable Gretchen Whitmer, Governor of the great state of Michigan, and the Honorable U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow.
Hello, Spartans. I want to congratulate Dr. Guskowitz on his investiture today as the 22nd President of Michigan State University. As a proud 2-time MSU grad and longtime Lansing area resident, I bleed green. As governor, I'm especially proud that MSU enrolls more Michiganders than anyone else and is a hub for our state's economy and culture. President Guskowitz is focused on moving MSU forward and tackling the big challenges we all face. He'll strengthen the university's leadership on everything from environmental sustainability to digital transformation to diversified economic growth. Together, we can get things done on our shared priorities. We can improve access to health care and eliminate disparities. We can expand quality, affordable education from pre-K through college by working with the new Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement and Potential, or MyLEAP. We can reach our statewide 60 by 30 goal to have 60% of working-age adults earn a degree or skill certificate by 2030. Michigan State University will be a critical partner in getting us there with its 17 degree-granting colleges, nation-leading teaching programs, partnerships with community colleges, and of course, the Spartan will to make Michigan the place to be. Congratulations, President Guskowitz. I know you will be a strong leader for MSU. Go Green.
Hello to all my fellow Spartans celebrating the investiture of Kevin Guskowitz as the 22nd President of Michigan State University. I really wish I could be with you today. President Guskowitz, congratulations and welcome to the Spartan family. As a 2-time alum, Michigan State holds a very special place in my heart. East Lansing is full of passionate, talented professors and students and community members dedicated to creating a better Michigan and a better world. And I've always been honored to be your partner. As you all know, Michigan State is leading the way in empowering people through educational opportunity. As chair of the U.S. Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, I know that Michigan State has a long history of fulfilling its original mission to teach such branches of learning as are related to agriculture and the mechanic arts, and of producing great scientists who push the boundaries of every facet of science. From being one of the first to teach scientific agriculture, to being home to the world's most powerful heavy ion accelerator at the facility for rare isotopes. The Spartan will to create a healthier, safer, and more sustainable world has always been strong. President Guskowitz, I know you will continue to foster this leadership and uncommon will to create a better world. So, again, congratulations, and go Green!
Now I'd like to introduce our first keynote speaker, Dr. David Perrin. Dr. Perrin is Provost Emeritus at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro and recently retired as Dean of the College of Health at the University of Utah, where he now holds the title Professor Emeritus. Dr. Perrin has over 40 years of experience as an athletic trainer, training educator, clinician, researcher, and he's earned many awards, including the Sayers Bud Miller Distinguished Educator Award, the Most Distinguished Athletic Trainer Award, the William G. Clancy Medal for Distinguished Athletic Training Research. He's also earned the NATA Research and Education Foundation Lifetime Contribution Award and has been inducted into the NATA Hall of Fame. Most recently, he became a recipient of the American Orthopedic Society for Sports Medicine Distinguished Athletic Trainer Award. Throughout his career, he has mentored more than 50 doctoral students, and his former students established the NATA Research and Education Foundation's David H. Perrin Doctoral Dissertation Award. It's an award given annually to recognize outstanding doctoral student research in athletic training and healthcare. Dr. Perrin was President Guskowitz's mentor for his doctoral studies at the University of Virginia, and for the past nearly 30 years, they've been close friends and colleagues. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Perrin.
Thank you, Sean, for that kind introduction. I first became closely acquainted with Kevin Guskowitz when he entered the doctoral program in sports medicine at the University of Virginia in 1992 with that shiny brand new briefcase. He quickly established himself as a collaborative, respectful, and unpretentious member of the program's team of faculty and students. His dissertation was creative, innovative, and visionary, and added an important element to the toolbox of approaches to assessing readiness to return athletes experiencing sport-related concussion to competition. He continued this line of research as a faculty member at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and became among the most prolific and established scholars of sport-related concussion in the country. For his innovative approaches to this research, he received a 2011 MacArthur Fellowship awarded by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation to, and I quote, extraordinarily talented and creative individuals as an investment in their potential. I recognized early on in Kevin's time in our doctoral program at UVA that he had great potential as an academic. There was one point, however, that I became quite worried about him. Part of Kevin's experience as a master's degree student at the University of Pittsburgh was a 2-year athletic training graduate assistantship with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, of course, recognized his talent and creativity and tried to recruit him to leave our doctoral program to become a full-time member of their sports medicine team. Now, for a kid who graduated from Greater Latrobe High School in western Pennsylvania and played football, that was a tough offer to turn down. Thankfully, he did, and ultimately still had a big impact on the National Football League. He was a member of the NFL's Head, Neck, and Spine Committee, and his research and urging led to rules changes on the kickoff, reducing the incidence of concussion by 50% in that particularly high-impact aspect of the game. For this and many other significant contributions to his discipline, Kevin was elected to the National Athletic Trainers Association Hall of Fame in 2020. Among Kevin's innovations have been establishment of the Matthew Gefeller Sport-Related Traumatic Brain Injury Research Center and the Center for the Study of Retired Athletes. Kevin has translated the creativity, innovation, and vision characteristic of his research into his approaches to academic leadership. By way of example, he has led successful strategic planning processes as a dean and chancellor with a reputation for building strategy, then executing it. He does this through servant leadership, believing in gathering people and getting them aligned toward a common goal. And MSU's 2030 plan provides a great guide to emphasizing student success and to advancing knowledge, discovery, and land-grant service. Kevin has continued to teach and offers a course for doctoral students called the American Professoriate, designed to help aspiring faculty members prepare for life in the academy. In this course, and in his role as an academic leader, Kevin emphasizes the principle of academic freedom and conveys the importance of its counterpart, academic duty. Academic duty, a concept introduced by Donald Kennedy, former president of Stanford University, speaks to the importance of faculty being engaged in the lives of their students, university, and society at large. In this regard, Kevin talks the talk and walks the walk. Will you agree with President Guskowitz 100% of the time? Of course not. That is not reality in the Academy of Higher Education. University presidents must make hard decisions that can't possibly please everyone. What I can assure the faculty, staff, and students at Michigan State University is that you couldn't ask for a president who will work harder to learn about you, to listen to you and consider your perspectives, and to always have the best interests of you and your great university first and foremost in his mind. He will embrace the traditions of MSU while helping it to become a more contemporary institution. Finally, while Kevin's attributes as a scholar and academic leader are well known, family is incredibly important to him. He chose great parents, and he and Amy have raised 4 wonderful children, Jacob, Nathan, Adam, and Tessa. And perhaps what I admire the most about Kevin is that he is that same person as that doctoral student in 1992. I'm speaking specifically about his collaborative spirit, respectful demeanor, an unpretentious approach to life, his work as a scholar and academic leader, and his enduring commitment to his family and friends. Working in concert with him, the faculty, staff, and students at Michigan State University can look forward to a future of innovation, inclusivity, and excellence. MSU, you have found a gem in President Kevin Guskowitz. Good luck, best wishes, and enjoy the journey.
Thank you, Dr. Perrin. Our next keynote speaker is Dr. Carol Folt. Dr. Folt has served as the 12th president at the University of Southern California since 2019. During her tenure, she's taken on some of society's most pressing challenges with a series of major initiatives spanning USC's 23 schools. From supporting the ethical advancement of artificial intelligence, to pursuing transformational healthcare discoveries, to advancing sustainability solutions, Dr. Folt's presidential moonshots are bringing students, faculty, researchers from all disciplines together to innovate. She's also a big advocate for USC's student athletes. She paved the way for the university's recent move to the Big Ten Conference. She recently served as the chair of the Association of American Universities Board of Directors and is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Prior to her presidency at USC, she served as the chancellor at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where she worked closely with President Guskowitz when he served as dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Folt has been a mentor and friend to President Guskowitz for many years. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Carol Folt.
There are a lot of tall people up here. Oh, thank you, Sean. That was lovely. This is so much fun. I love being here with the members of the Board of Trustees and faculty, staff, students, distinguished speakers, and guests. I am so honored to be a part of this celebratory occasion. I also want to give a shout out to some of Kevin's colleagues here from Chapel Hill. It's great to see all of you here as well. And it's truly a privilege to speak at the investiture of a dear friend and colleague, a person I admire enormously, President Kevin Guskowitz. And I can honestly say we're all excited that Kevin is now a Spartan. as are his beautiful family members, Amy and Jacob, Nathan, Adam, Tessa, his parents, Carolyn and Denny, the whole family, all in. It's great to see you. A wave of nostalgia really hit me today when I came on campus because Michigan State is where I completed my own postdoc. And like many people in this room, that postdoc really did launch my career. So I have such a strong feeling and admiration for this university. I spent most of my time when I was here actually at MSU's Kellogg Biological Station on Gull Lake, which is an amazing gem. And I had an amazing experience working with some faculty legends like Dr. Earl Werner, Dr. Donald Hall, and the wonderful Dr. Kay Gross. So lots of great connections there. As a biologist, I'm always in love with the natural world, and I'm struck by the symbolism that nature is giving us on this day. So I'll start with Michigan State and the color green. You come across campus and you see green everywhere, and it's not just on people, it's on the landscape that you see. And of course, if you go outside, this for our UNC visitors, and you look up above the clouds, there is that Carolina blue sky somewhere also looking down on us. So it's a beautiful blended palette. And that's what we're all about, really. So many of us bring so much together, and Kevin and I became colleagues and friends at UNC, which of course is a women's athletics powerhouse, by the way, with some pretty good men's basketball and football programs as well. And I knew then that coaches Izzo and Roy Williams had a very close personal bond. And in fact, there are so many bonds between MSU and Carolina because universities at their core love to connect with each other. And anywhere other than on the playing field, we love to collaborate and to cooperate. Now, I'm starting my 6th year as president of USC, and we too are now even more closely bonded with MSU as friendly rivals, of course, in the Big Ten. And Kevin and I laugh that we now are cheering two schools that sound like ancient rivals in an epic Hollywood drama, the Trojans versus the Spartans. Thankfully, our students, faculty, our administrators, and our public servants collaborate all the time. And that, of course, is because rivalries aside, we are all on the same side. We're doing good for our schools, and our schools are here to serve our nation and the world. Today, we're celebrating someone that I know to be one of the best and brightest leaders in higher education. And I know he is going to make a tremendous impact at Michigan State and in the state of Michigan and beyond. I met Kevin about 12 years ago. He was very brilliant because he was on the search committee that selected me to be the first chancellor at UNC Chapel Hill. But I already knew who he was before I got there. He was a world-renowned pioneering neuroscientist. You heard a lot about this. And he specialized, I thought this was fascinating, in sports-related traumatic brain injuries. Now, he had published hundreds of papers, and he truly can say that he, and he will say his team, helped make football a safer sport. Now, he was a legend at UNC, but also so personable. He was often seen walking across the street from his lab to the football practice field. He and his team at that time had just devised sensors that could be put into the helmets to measure repeated impacts. And that work, those data that they collected, changed forever the way teams practiced and played. And they didn't stop there. They went on to expand their work to improve the evaluation and treatment of traumatic injuries for military veterans and first responders with such enormous positive effects. Now, as you heard, he was selected, a MacArthur, I'm just going to call it, a Genius Award winner for his work, and no one gets to be a Genius Award if they aren't pretty darn smart, and he is. They cited his role in raising awareness about the dangers and the prevalence of sports-related brain injuries in both professional and also youth athletics. And they began the work that looked at the effects of these injuries later in life. He was named a Time magazine game changer as an innovator and problem solver who inspires change in America. And I can attest he's that and he's so much more. Now, I've been so privileged to lead 3 amazing research universities in America and serve as the chair of the AAU board. And it has truly given me a unique perspective on what it really takes to be a great university leader. It starts with knowing who you are and what your community aspires to be. Spartans value lifelong learning, diverse people, diverse perspectives. They're looking for research that has a true impact in people's daily lives. I also know that Spartans value taking care of each other. It's really important. Taking on world challenges, and they use the term with a desire and uncommon will. Those values align perfectly with the 4 traits I think a great university president must demonstrate every day. And of course, I think these are Kevin's true aspirational and personal attributes. First is courage. Now, I won't go into the details, but you can't have a leader who sits behind a closed door these days on a university campus or really anywhere. And Kevin never does that. He steps out. He meets the challenges. He meets everyone head on. In fact, he will turn to challenges. He'll run towards those challenges as quickly as he will run towards the opportunities. We know universities in America are facing challenges, and I've been through a lot of them myself, and I've certainly been side by side through Kevin, and he's amazing at them. He has a history of taking principled positions at such times. Popular or not, he looks for the good and the truth. They're rooted in values, in integrity, and with a deep sense of what is right. And he listens. He is a person who seeks out people from different perspectives to understand all sides of a difficult issue. Number 2, you need vision. Kevin's vision is absolutely student-centric. He is deeply committed to students. I think that's one, or maybe his true north. And that commitment to his students will certainly be evident in his leadership as it always has been. He also will work with all of you, and he'll work with you to build the bold shared vision that you want for the future. He'll also push boundaries to achieve excellence. His passion, too, has always been for public education. This land-grant university means everything to him. He wants to serve communities and build a strong economic future. His mission, and he'll tell you himself, is to lead a university for the public, to the public, and committed to the public good. Now, especially as a former dean of arts and sciences, I speak in a way to the faculty now, he truly appreciates in every way the real breadth of knowledge and the blend of basic and applied research that is inspirational for our students and makes a university great, and in fact makes our democracy great. 3, empathy. Kevin's embrace of the unique role of a public university is reinforced by his true empathy and understanding of that education to the lives of individuals. Now, it doesn't surprise me that I've already been told that he spent time traveling around Michigan on a listening tour to see Michigan State's role through the eyes of the people who live in Michigan. As UNC Chancellor, he revived a program that had been on for a long time called the Tar Heels Bus Tour. And they took 3 busloads of faculty and staff each year all across North Carolina to meet and mingle with folks everywhere. Kevin's empathy, and I'm going to call it out as his Midwest humility, also makes him an outstanding team leader. It's never I with Kevin, it's always we with Kevin. Now, when he was a professor at sports medicine at UNC, he even spent time taping the ankles of the athletes on the lacrosse teams so that he could get to know them better. And despite these many accolades and awards and achievements he's had, he's never, ever lost his humility or his belief that he leads a team with the faculty, the students, the staff, the state, to shape the future of a great university. His authenticity is so highly relatable, and I think you can hear this already. Everyone in Chapel Hill has seen Kevin walking to work or walking around with Amy and the kids all around town, getting to know everybody. And these walks with his shirt sleeves rolled up made everyone feel immediately that Kevin was approachable and was one of them, and I know you're going to see that here too. Fourth is connection. Now, Kevin grew up in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and he loves to remind you that that's the home of Arnold Palmer and Rolling Rock beer. And here's a hot tip: don't call Kevin during a Pittsburgh Steelers game. But his warmth, his growing up, makes him someone that you're going to want to have lunch with, and I'm pretty sure many of you will. He's so comfortable, when he's speaking with students or athletes, with soldiers in his lab, as he will be with Governor Whitmer and so many other people across the state. And he truly does understand what it's like to come from a small town to a big place. And he has a desire, like he knows all of our students do, to learn to make a difference. Now, I grew up in Akron, Ohio, which is not too different from Latrobe, and I feel like I share that same sort of small-town friendliness that he has, a love of the community, and a sense of the greater purpose. And I am so certain you'll see that every day with Kevin. And beyond that, he's someone you can trust, and I've seen it firsthand. If he says he's going to do something, he will, and he will always follow through. He has grit. He loves to take on challenges. When I needed a new dean for the College of Arts and Sciences, I turned immediately to Kevin, full stop. Now, this isn't an easy thing. Faculty will agree with me. The first thing I asked him to do was a major overhaul of the general education curriculum. Not usually an easy process, but he loved it. Working together with the faculty and students, they had actually a lot of fun doing that incredible revision and created a wonderful, bold vision. So I believe this. I've said it to him privately, and I say it here. I think Kevin has met his moment. He's met his people. He's met his place by coming here. He believes in this university, in the mission. He's going to join you with courage and heart. He's going to help you look around the corner and look ahead, no looking back. Let's go forward and build an even brighter future for MSU and the state. Now, I came here a lot thinking about MSU and USC, now two Big Ten rivals seeped in our own grand traditions and our great cheers. So I think in closing, it's all appropriate that we honor Kevin with the grandest of college traditions to wish him well. So Spartans, on the count of 3, I want you to join me saying fight. Wait, no, that's not the right one. Join me in saying, go green. Go green. Oh, go white, sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Fote. And now it is my honor to turn the ceremony over to Chairman Kelly to proceed with the investiture of Kevin Guskowitz as the 22nd President of Michigan State University. Chairman Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you. Those were great speeches, but now we get down to the business. We turn to the formal installation of the President. Kevin, please join me up here, please. Thank you. President Guskowitz began his tenure as Michigan State's 22nd president on March 4th of this year. If you've looked at Kevin's resume, and many of the search committee members here did, you know that it's over 100 pages. So let me just go over some of the highlights. Our mission during the presidential search was to find an experienced leader with the intellectual vision, broad worldview, and personal integrity to inspire the university community to new levels of excellence and fulfillment of our mission. Kevin came to us from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where he served on the faculty from 1995 and as chancellor since 2019. There, he led the university's strategic plan, its $1.2 billion research enterprise, and a $5.1 billion capital campaign. He is a neuroscientist and a national recognized expert on sport-related concussions, maintaining an active research portfolio, influencing NFL and NCAA safety guidelines, and has published over 200 peer-reviewed papers. In 2011, he accepted the prestigious MacArthur Fellowship for his innovative work on the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sport-related concussions, and held an endowed distinguished professorship at Chapel Hill. In 2013, Time magazine named him a game changer, one of 18 innovators and problem solvers inspiring change in America. And that's only page 1 of his CV. Now, it is my pleasure to present President Guskowitz with the official symbols of the university's leadership. President Guskowitz, as we stand here today, we are reminded of the weight of leadership and the tremendous responsibilities entrusted to you. This medallion, which we now proudly bestow upon you, is more than a ceremonial object. It is a badge of confidence of the Spartan community has placed in you to lead this great institution forward. On behalf of the Michigan State University Board of Trustees and all who are in attendance today, I offer you our unwavering support. It is now my distinct honor to present the 22nd President of Michigan State University, President Dr. Kevin M. Guskowitz. And if the trustees could join me on the left, that left, for a photograph with Kevin.
Good afternoon. As I stand before you today, I'm overwhelmed with the gratitude for the many people who have supported me throughout my journey. To my beloved family, Amy, Jacob, Nathan, Adam, and Tessa, your unwavering love, encouragement, and patience have been my constant source of strength and resilience. Your belief in me has carried me through every challenge and triumph, and I am profoundly grateful to share this moment with you. To my parents, Carolyn and Denny, your steadfast guidance and support have been the bedrock of my life. Thank you for being my compass, my confidence, and my greatest champions. I would also like to express my deep appreciation to the many others who have made this day possible. To our speakers, thank you for your very touching sentiments. Carol and Dave, you've been incredible and valued mentors to me throughout my career, and I'm grateful that you both could be here today. Speaker Tate, thank you. You're an inspiration to all of us and an advocate for all that's right for the state of Michigan. Thank you. To the members of the Board of Trustees, esteemed colleagues and friends from across the country, university leaders and the entire Spartan community, students, faculty, academic and support staff, alumni and friends, your presence here today is a testament to the strength of the Michigan State University family. It's an honor to stand alongside you as we embark on this new chapter together, united by our shared commitment to the values and vision of this great institution.
Today, we celebrate the investiture of our 22nd president. We kindly ask that all in attendance are respectful of today's ceremony and adhere to university ordinances and expectations. We recognize you and respectfully ask that we can continue today's program without further disruption. Law enforcement are asked to assist us in our effort to continue today's program. Thank you. We apologize for the disruption. Law enforcement.
Thank you. So, let me continue. It's especially fitting that we gather today in the majestic Wharton Center for Performing Arts, a space that bears the names of Clifton and Dolores Wharton, two individuals whose legacies at Michigan State are both profound and enduring. Clifton Wharton's presidency, during turbulent times, I might add, began in the early 1970s and was marked by a steadfast commitment to justice, equality, and the advancement of knowledge. Dolores Wharton, as First Lady, brought grace, dignity, and an unwavering dedication to the arts and education. Their contributions left an indelible mark on this university, and their legacy continues to inspire us as we move forward. My time with them in New York this past April is a memory that I will always treasure. Their wisdom, their passion for education, and their enduring love for Michigan State University continue to guide and inspire me as I step into this important role. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the enduring values that have guided this university through times of challenge and change. Values that will continue to guide us as we navigate the complexities of the 21st century. Some of you have heard me tell the story of my first visit to Michigan State. Amy and I quietly slipped into the campus last fall to see if this was a spot, the sort of place that we could embrace. I enjoyed an early morning jog across campus on that mild fall day, a football Saturday. We watched a big win in Spartan Stadium and enjoyed dinner downtown. There was so much energy everywhere. It felt inviting and it felt like home. Our second visit sealed the deal. We returned in mid-December with our daughter Tessa. It was spitting snow a little, and having grown up in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, as you heard earlier, I didn't mind. But I remember thinking it might have caused a rush on the grocery stores for milk, bread, and toilet paper at the grocery stores in North Carolina. Tessa hadn't seen much snow, so it was actually a treat. And I remember how that early winter day made our welcome feel even warmer. The highlight for me was a wide-ranging conversation with a wonderfully diverse group of students in the Brody Dining Hall. At a school with such a rich agriculture and dairy heritage, I guess it's inevitable, even in December, that we came around to the topic of ice cream. And I love ice cream. I learned then of one of the great responsibilities and privileges that comes with the job: selecting a dairy store ice cream, presidential flavor. People talk about the weighty burdens of leadership, and well, I knew it would be a tough choice. But luckily, I found eager helpers during my spring visit to one of our residential colleges. And so a shout out to the students at Lyman Briggs who eventually helped Amy and me land on my signature flavor: presidential pistachio. And it's even green. Over those few days in December, I saw that our university attracts wonderfully curious and engaged undergraduates, incredibly talented graduate students who are so vital to our research and teaching, dedicated staff, and world-class faculty. We engaged with alums and friends of the university and were inspired by their passion for Michigan State and their Spartan will to make a difference. And we were warmly welcomed at Cole's House by interim President Teresa Woodruff and her husband Tom, who both exude such a deep commitment to the mission, values, and legacy of this university. I knew I wanted to be a part of this special community, and so did my family. And we took it as a good sign that Tessa's first social media post with Sparty was a hit. And so, nearly 10 months later, I am deeply honored and grateful to work alongside so many dedicated Spartans to build on the strong foundation laid by those who came before us. Michigan State's story is one of a great, passionately public university embracing its three-part mission of education, research, and outreach. From day one, I have asked our university community to continue to strive to be bolder and more contemporary, to be strategic and student-focused, and to serve the public good, not just in Michigan, but around the world. Our story began in the mid-19th century, driven by the recognition of the profound impact that scientific knowledge could have on economic development. The spirit of experimentation and curiosity has always been a cornerstone of our institution's history. From our earliest days, Michigan State has been a place where curiosity is not just encouraged, it is celebrated. Our history, as imperfect as it may be, is defined by the successive generations who have tried to close the gap between what we are and what we can be. Our power as an institution does not come from tradition alone. It comes from the vision and energy of our community. Our power does not come from stale ideas. It comes from innovation, fresh ideas, and action. I often speak of the importance of curiosity, the value of asking why or why not, as we imagine what we can be. It's this spirit of inquiry that drives innovation, fosters discovery, and leads the breakthroughs that define us as a leading global public research university, and in fact, Michigan's state university. I think about how distinguished MSU botanist William J. Beall wondered how long weed seeds stayed viable in the soil to vex farmers. He famously buried bottles of seeds to test their germination over time, and now we know that for some species it's 140 years and counting. More recently, MSU plant scientist Federica Brandisi wondered if fortifying seeds with amino acids would enhance their viability against harsh cosmic rays. If humanity is to ever live and travel in space, NASA wants to know. And so her 2022 space seed experiment orbited the moon. From the Earth's soil to lunar orbit, and now from the depths of Lake Huron, come the latest articles of curiosity for Spartan plant scientists. Just 2 weeks ago, divers retrieved a sample of rye seeds from a schooner sunk off Sheboygan in 1878 during a storm. Already in the laboratory of wheat geneticist Eric Olson, the seeds are being analyzed and hopefully will sprout in the tradition of the Beall experiment. Our stakeholders in such discoveries today count not only farmers, as in Beall's day, or future space travelers, but entrepreneurs like Chad Munger and his wife Tracy, who Amy and I had the great opportunity to spend time with this past summer on Torch Lake. Chad and Tracy are engaged Spartan alums and owners of Mammoth Distilling. They worked a few years ago with Dr. Olson to retrieve a heritage variety of grain they now raise in the isolation of South Manitou Island in Lake Michigan. If those 146-year-old rye samples recovered from Lake Huron can be similarly revived, Chad and Tracy could develop new Michigan-made products, and Michigan State's plant science, through an MSU Innovation Center collaboration, would claim another historic accomplishment. Today, we are poised to bridge the university's past and present as a leading global public research university, which was confirmed once again last week in the latest U.S. News and World Report rankings. We will continue to prepare the next generation to address the grand challenges of today and tomorrow, and we will do it our way. Today, I'd like to define some examples of what I hope will serve as our true north on our journey together to provide the very best education and culture for Spartans and bold service to the public. Our work begins by fortifying our position as a proudly inclusive university. We are one of only 5 such universities with an acceptance rate above 65% and a graduation rate above 80%. That we should celebrate. And we will remain committed to closing our graduation gaps. We start with access and retention, or should I say, we continue with access and retention of our students. In 1858, with just 1 year of operation behind Michigan State, our first president, Joseph Williams, concluded his report to the controlling board with this memorable phrase: "The institution should be good enough for the proudest and cheap enough for the poorest." A century later, our 12th president, John Hanna, reiterated that inclusive approach in his memoirs, reflecting that during his time, no American university surpassed MSU in its effort to maintain and extend the land-grant concept of a willingness to offer its services to all who were interested. And as we prepare to enter the second quarter of the 21st century, I'm proud to renew that pledge. Together, as one team, we are poised to make Michigan State an even greater talent magnet and activator for the state of Michigan and beyond. Truly, Michigan's state university. To support access and affordability, we already have some great programs in place, notably our Spartan Tuition Advantage, which covers tuition for qualifying in-state students. To bolster these efforts and reduce financial roadblocks in the recruitment of the nation's most accomplished students, I'm proud to announce today a new merit-based undergraduate scholarship named after our first president and first lady, Joseph R. and Sarah L. Williams. He was a tenacious voice for the democratization of higher education and for Michigan State. She was an equally strong advocate for women's rights. Their legacies speak to us today as we prepare students for lives of success and purpose. I look forward to working with our generous alums and donors as we seek to fund this prestigious full cost of attendance scholarship, which will also include an education abroad or other high-impact experiential learning opportunity. I'm also happy to announce an expansion of Spartan Tuition Advantage through the establishment of the Native American Tuition Advantage program. Students from anywhere in the United States or Canada who meet tribal affiliation criteria will qualify to attend MSU at in-state tuition levels and might also qualify for the Spartan Tuition Advantage. Michigan State has a long-standing commitment to expanding access to an affordable 4-year degree and has advanced programs and partnerships to provide students robust support in transferring to MSU. So, I'm pleased to announce that new grant funding from the state of Michigan's 60 by 30 initiative, which you heard Governor Whitmer talk about earlier, will support MSU's efforts to help reach the goal of getting 60% of the state's adults to a post-secondary credential by 2030 through enhanced partnerships with Michigan State's community colleges. For example, we will expand Envision Green, our already vibrant transfer student partnership with Lansing Community College, while establishing a Transfer Student Success Center right here on our campus. So I want to thank Governor Whitmer and the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement, and Potential for this support and for their advocacy for higher education. I've told our local government officials that we will do more to support our greater Lansing community. So, as we've seen the success of access programs elsewhere, we will expand our Detroit Made Scholars program concept to high school graduates in our local community here. Similar to our Detroit students, our Lansing students will participate in community service and internships here at home with cohort support from Michigan State. And finally, I'm excited to introduce the First Gen Center, a new initiative focused on supporting first-generation college students. The center will aggregate a variety of supportive programs, including our Bridge to College programs, ensuring that first-generation students have the resources and guidance they need to thrive at Michigan State. Students at Michigan State today are preparing for careers that will likely last into the 2060s. And if you think a lot has changed in the workplace over the last generation or two, imagine what's in store for today's students. So, we need to prepare graduates for jobs that don't yet exist, occupations we probably can't ever imagine. Like the institution's earliest students who sought more than just an occupational education, today's students challenge us to offer courses and experiences that help them pursue lives of purpose and meaning. That should start with a modern general education curriculum developed by a committee of our world-class faculty following a thorough review to be initiated later this year. Does that sound familiar, Dr. Folk? I would further advocate an expectation for and the expansion of experiential opportunities, including directed research and internships and service learning and education abroad. Such experiences offer meaningful reinforcement to classroom learning and differentiate students through their acquired breadth, depth, and practice. To support our shared work, I'm launching a Green and White Council of civic and business leaders, funders, and government officials. Such allies offer an extraordinary wealth of talent and knowledge and will advise us on how to best prepare our students to meet current and future workforce needs. We will also launch a new presidential speaker series that will help our students learn to better navigate a world of diverse beliefs and viewpoints. The series will focus on bringing thinkers and doers to our campus in an atmosphere of civil discourse across differences, a subject that I've written often about this season. And as we work to prepare citizens and leaders for the 21st century, I'm pleased to announce the establishment of the Michigan State University Ethics Institute. It will be the only such institute in the state to move beyond its educational aspects to address institutional transformation, calling on all of us to model ethics and live our values in an ethical way. Our annual ethics symposia over the past 3 years have laid a strong foundation for the Institute. This year's symposium will explore the theme of professionalism, signaling that our work will range beyond theory and instruction to integrating ethical principles into the fabric of university life, research, and community. We'll mark the Institute's establishment in early 2025 with events during Ethics Week in February. And as I'm speaking about ethics, I want to reaffirm our values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We need to ensure a university that is welcoming, safe, and inclusive if all our students are to not merely persist, but to thrive here at Michigan State. This isn't about buzzwords. It's about leveraging the perspectives and lived experiences of every Spartan to fulfill our individual and collective potential. It's the foundation for our very future. I've seen how classroom conversations among diverse students with different lived experiences allow the curriculum to come to life. Such interactions prepare graduates to be contributing citizens of the diverse world they will enter. And so, we've added diversity programming to student orientation, created inclusive hiring practices and resources, and added online dashboards and reports to track our progress. We're also expanding our 1855 professorships, forming a cross-disciplinary faculty group working together to help advance MSU's DEI objectives, enhance collaborations campus-wide, and foster new partnerships. And I look forward to cutting the ribbon for our beautiful new Multicultural Center in February. Additionally, we will continue our progress in preventing and responding to relationship violence and sexual misconduct. I'm pleased that 21 of the 26 initiatives in our RVSM strategic plan have been completed, including actions such as building past the harasser safeguards into our hiring processes. And in the spring, we'll issue our third No More survey to gauge our campus community's perspectives on our culture, policies, and practices, and inform decisions moving forward. There is more work ahead, and we will continue assessing our culture and climate, make adjustments as necessary, and become a more accountable institution. We will be guided by an unwavering commitment to providing a safe and equitable environment for all. Preparing students for the careers of tomorrow and to be curious and engaged citizens and leaders is a critical obligation that we hold. Just as important is leveraging our strengths in research to meet the grand challenges of today and tomorrow. And I'm pleased to say that we're well on track to reaching our goal of $1 billion in annual research and development expenditures by 2030. And we see great potential for further growth and impact in areas such as women's health, nuclear physics, agriculture, microelectronics, and health equity, just to name a few. Consider, for example, the strong research collaborations provided by our partnerships with Henry Ford Health, Corewell Health, and other health systems around the state, and our new University Health Sciences Council that will help take our efforts to the next level by optimizing and coordinating our medical education, biomedical research, and healthcare delivery. In agriculture and natural resources, our first scientific specialty, we have an abundance of opportunity to address climate change, safeguard our water from substances such as PFAS, and expand our leadership in plant science. And in physics, we have another great example of our breadth, depth, and practice in the facility for rare isotope beams. FRIB, as it's known, provides MSU a unique opportunity to not only unlock secrets of the physical universe, but to innovate for the common good, including isotope harvesting for a wide variety of purposes, such as diagnostic medicine. Faculty excellence will continue to be the chief driver of research success. So while saluting our faculty, I want to highlight a new hiring initiative for additional world-class faculty in line with MSU's strategic vision for high-value areas of research. Our Global Impact Initiative, launched in 2015 to recruit 100 faculty for new and expanding research areas, has been a resounding success. Global impact faculty, along with the recruitment of top-tier graduate students, have greatly contributed to our recent growth in research expenditures and to the promise of new breakthroughs in vital areas. Many of us know that cisplatin, found here in the 1960s to be an effective cancer treatment, became a gold standard in chemotherapy. Think about things like targeted cancer therapies that don't damage healthy cells, and harnessing artificial intelligence to accelerate drug discovery. And for other grand challenges, our global impact researchers are working to apply advanced remote sensing to better map rapidly changing land usage, developing cybersecurity for autonomous vehicles, and designing new materials for applications in energy storage. So, I want to announce the launch of the next phase of our Global Impact Initiative, which was approved by the Board of Trustees in June. 7 new research proposals encompassing 20 new faculty positions have been selected, including in the areas of space electronics, computational biology, and public health. Meeting grand challenges means renewing our commitment and our legacy of learning from the communities we serve. And that's why I'm looking forward to the inaugural Spartan Bus Tour in 3 weeks. Sound familiar? With a loop around Michigan, touching base with communities around the Lower Peninsula. I'll join about 50 faculty members as we meet residents, business leaders, and legislators in towns and communities our students call home, to learn their challenges and find ways that we can better partner with them in our community-engaged tradition, represented so well by MSU's Extension program for more than a century. To forge ahead, we need to marshal all our assets, and that's why we will redouble our efforts to become a next-generation organization focused on financial stewardship and operational excellence. We already have a great start in our information technology and financial areas. I believe there is much more that we can do to improve our services to our students and to one another. And I say that because I've been so impressed with the dedication and talents of our support staff, who often are unnoticed and behind the scenes. They make this institution one that's as effective and as efficient as any that I've ever seen, and who make the work of all the rest of us possible. I've mentioned the partnership of several stakeholders in our university, and I also want to shout out to our alums for helping to empower us to a bold future ahead. You are 570,000 strong and passionate Spartans, and I want you to always be proud of your alma mater. Your voice matters. A successful, comprehensive capital campaign will be a game changer for our campus and a testament to the belief you have in us. The details will be announced this spring when we launch, and we will provide our alumni and donors with many good reasons to support or expand their support for Michigan State University. Today, I've outlined just some of those reasons for you. At the end of the day, we need to persuade all our partners of the meaningful return on investment offered by Michigan State. MSU has a great ROI for our graduates and their families, and also for our state and its taxpayers who count on us to improve their quality of life. We will continue to deliver on that commitment. An investment in Michigan State University is an appreciating asset, whether we're talking about earning a degree or giving back to the next generation through what I intend to become known as Michigan's State University. Together as one team, we will deliver on the promise of our university. I hope today that the glimpse I've shared of our true north for the journey ahead is as exciting to you as it is to me. Thank you for your partnership and for placing your trust in me. Our future is bright. Go Green. Thank you.
As we come to the close of today's investiture ceremony, I want to thank all of you joining us here today, and I also want to thank those who took time in the planning of this event. I invite everyone to join us in the singing of the first stanza of the alma mater, MSU Shadows, led by Miss Miranda. Following the alma mater, we request that the guests remain seated during the recessional of the platform party, family, and faculty members. Thank you. Go Green.